Hi, I'm Mohandas Pai. As we approach our 72nd Independence Day celebration, I want to talk about what India means to me. India is the greatest experiment ever in human history. Of 1.3 billion people of very diverse backgrounds, speaking different languages, coming together to create one single nation. And this nation came about of a great independence struggle fought by crores of people, many of whom sacrificed their lives to give freedom to all of us. India is a very old civilization with more than 5,000 years, with multiple regions bound together by one common idea of Bharat. It has not been a political entity. It was run by many kings and kingdoms and the great history, but we all came together to fight a foreign oppressor who made India into a colony and ruled us for over 200 years. And this freedom movement gave rise to the idea of India as a country which is a republic and which promises all its citizens certain rights. Our founding fathers deliberated for 2.5 years as to the idea of India. What does India mean to every individual? What should India be? What should India promise everybody? What can people hope to get out of India? And what are the duties of every Indian towards her country? And all this is encapsulated in the Constitution of India, which we got on the 26th of January 1950. And that Constitution is the most wonderful Constitution ever devised by humankind in all of history. The Constitution gives us our rights. Our rights are guaranteed. The right of freedom, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of association, freedom to do business, freedom to travel, freedom of thought, and all kinds of freedom, freedom of religion, freedom of everything that we want. Yes, some of these freedoms are subject to public policy. It is not absolute. I can't use my freedom to abuse you because you too have your rights. And the state delivers justice based upon who is infringing any of this freedom. So we have an independent judiciary, we have a parliament, we have a government, and all three organs have to work under the Constitution. It's a wonderful dispensation. So we are a free people, free to think, free to work, free to dream, and build this great country. Yes, when we got our freedom in 1947, we were a poor country. Till 1835, 1840, India was the richest country ever in human history. India, China made up 45% of world GDP at that point of time. Then followed the colonial exploitation of India. So when we got independence in 1947, we were a rich country with a lot of poor people. The challenges that we had with 11% literacy to where we are today, we have been able to surmount many of these challenges. Even today we have many challenges, but we have grown. But in 1991 till 2018, at 8.7% a year in dollar terms. Our GDP has grown from 275 billion to 2.6 trillion dollars today. In PPP, we're the third highest GDP country in the world. So we have done very well in many areas. And every Indian citizen has his or her rights. Every Indian citizen is equal. Every Indian citizen should get equal opportunities. Yes, in all this experiment, execution of the idea does have some challenges. So there are some crimes that take place in this country. There are some people who are left behind. There are other kinds of people. Now many people in India have said that caste oppression has been a blot on our social consciousness. Yes, because of certain kind of issues, some people have been left behind. And India is the only country in the world which for 70 years have brought about reservations to make sure that a part of the population which has been left behind because of social issues can come up. No other country in the world has got reservations. They all talk about affirmative action, they all talk about enforcing equal rights, but they're not able to do so. We've seen in many countries how certain sections of the population are there. And India is the only country which has made reparations for so-called social injustices in the past. No other country has done that. 50% of job opportunities in government, 50% of the educational opportunities, and 50% in many government institutions are kept for people who belong to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, who belong to the other backward caste, backward communities, so that they too can come up with help from the government. It means the balance 50% goes to a general quota who could be larger in population. But whatever it is, look at the nobility of this idea that for 70 years, reparations have been made to a part of a population. And the idea is very simple. Every Indian should live his or her dream. Every Indian should have the right to a good quality of life. Every Indian should have a house, a roof over the head, food on the table, power in the switch, water in the tap, a toilet in the house, a road to the house, opportunities for health, opportunities for education, and opportunities for jobs. And this is what our founding fathers promised us. And to me, today, as we look at India's 72nd Independence Day, all this is becoming a reality much more. If you look at India today compared to 30 years, we are much, much ahead. If you look at India compared to 10 years, we are much, much ahead. If you look ahead at India, by 2030, will be a $10 trillion economy. Will be a major economy. There will be multiple opportunities for everybody. We have to work hard. We have to try. We have to strive. We must come from behind. But the opportunities are the best for anybody in any country of the world. So I would just say, to me, I live the dream of the independent India that was promised to us by founding fathers. I live to see the dream of our founding fathers who dreamt of a country where Ramaraja will come. Ramaraja for all of us means a time in our history, in a period where everybody will have all that their basic needs are required. Everybody will be able to realize their dreams, and there will be good governance and justice for all. That is the India of my dreams. I live it every single day. And whatever people may tell you, and they start campaigns saying we are intolerant, we are communal, women are being treated shabbily, women are doing this. I would urge all of you to understand, India is a big country. We are 1.3 billion people. There are only two countries with 1.3 billion people plus, that is China and India. When you have a large number of people, there will be large crimes, there will be large events. But you look at crimes and all events per million population, India is right in the middle. Developed countries, the United States and UK, have more crimes per million people than India has. So we should not get despondent, we should not be carried away by this negative propaganda, and we should not get beat up. People say, oh, many people in this country are criminal. Please tell me, in which country do you have 20% of the population who are categorized as minorities? Which country in the world has a constitution which in Article 29 and 30 gives special rights to minorities? The United States doesn't have that. No country in Europe has that. None of the many big countries have that, who are given special right to minorities. India has given special rights to minorities. No country. And minorities are 200 million people plus. The largest minority, the Muslim community, is 200 million people. The second largest collection of Muslims in the world. And they live here with all their rights intact. And if you look at other Islamic countries, people are killing each other, there is terrorism. And here we have certain issues. But overall, people are living in peace. People live with their neighbors. People carry on with them because people are interested in their future. The people of India are wonderful people. They're kind, they're generous, they're courteous, they're compassionate, they share and they live. Some events may happen which are getting blown up by some parts of media which unnecessarily create negativism. But I would urge all of you, my fellow citizens of India, my brothers and sisters, believe in the dream that the founding fathers gave us. Believe in the dream of our independence movement. Believe in the dream of creating a great country, because you and I have to work to create the great country. Nobody else is going to do that for us. Thank you for listening to me.